Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I suppose the starkest indicator of where we are today is the estimate that was produced by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation that if we carry on as we are in terms of the sort of truckload of plastic that is going into the oceans every day, that we'll end up by 2050 with more plastic in the oceans by weight than fish. So, it is an issue that is attracting more and more attention from Justin Trudeau on downwards, and has caught the imagination of so many people because they realise that something that is in our lives every day, something that we're using all the time, is having such a negative impact, and it has almost insidiously grown to be part of what we're doing. But actually we're not really thinking about it. So I think things like the Blue Planet program that happened have triggered a real awareness of how plastic is part of our lives, but how we need to take more care with it and actually move beyond it in many cases.
So is the onus on individuals, consumers, to change the situation, or will it need more cooperation by big plastic-dependent corporations to affect real change?
Both, I think, is the answer to that. So I work at Cambridge University and with the Prince of Wales Corporate Leaders Group, where we work closely with a number of companies who are thinking about what life looks like beyond plastic waste. And I think there is a really important indicator of or there is a really important challenge for companies that if a company makes something, it needs to take responsibility for it. And that is a principle that is increasingly being set out in law, that, when something is sold, actually, it doesn't just end, the responsibility of the company doesn't end there. They need to think about it. And you're seeing more and more companies getting excited and innovative about this, thinking about how can we redesign what we do, how can we rethink it so that we're actually much more circular in the way that we do things. But one of the reasons companies prefer to do that is because people obviously care. So, I've spoken to major retailers who have been deluged with letters in the last 6 months about genuine concern, asking them to kind of take plastic off the shelves and get rid of it. And you can see examples of things where, for example, pointless plastics like those little stirrers that you have in disposable coffee cup, in takeout coffee, where something's used for 2 seconds and then thrown away, and that isn't sustainable. And people just saying no to that kind of thing makes a real impact.
And what kind of efforts are underway to tackle the existing plastic pollution?
So I'm speaking to more and more companies that are setting big targets that they can see that. Oh, sorry, you mean the existing plastic pollution that's in the water?
Yes.
Well, I think there are lots of efforts that are underway in terms of cleanup efforts. And actually, one of the things that we've been privileged to work with is we've worked with a Sustainable Entrepreneur Award, and we were able to support and promote an entrepreneur who had developed a system of collecting and cleaning the ocean of plastics. But it is a genuine challenge. I mean, particularly as plastic breaks down into microplastics, which is still out there in the ecosystem and can end up in the food chain. And I think this is one of the areas where there needs to be a lot more research and a lot more work, because we do need to turn off the flow of plastic into the ocean and into the environment, but we do need to deal with what's out there at the moment. And that's an area that needs a lot more research.